conquista tutto. L'amore conquista tutto.
All right. Merry Christmas, Braggy. Let's hope that that is the end of our tech problems. Fingers crossed. Hey, how are you? Merry Christmas, buddy.
I'm very good, mate. We had a little bit of a false start. I can't hear any delay yet, so that sounds pretty good. Mate, I've had
nothing like having some tech problems, hey.
That's why we're called Unfiltered.
So 3 days of the cricket, how was it, Braggy?
It was good, mate. We slaughtered the Poms. But I tell you what, I don't know if anyone's ever been to the cricket, but you know what's so good? The Barmy Army, I love them.
Yeah,
they're hilarious. Some of my favourite things that they chanted. Mitchell Stark came down to the boundary, and they started up the chant. You're just a shit, Mitchell Johnson. You're just a shit, Mitchell Johnson. Genius, I thought. And my other favourite, because it has to do with music. These guys sing, you know. They write lyrics. I loved it. My other favourite one was they sang the song. Get your shit stars, get your shit stars, get your shit stars off our flag. So I had a ball, mate. I love it. I'm a cricket naffy.
Are they annoying while you're there? Do they just go on a bit too much, or?
Oh, they can. Towards the end of the day, they get pissed. But, you know, we had the Richies there the same day. Richies tried to give it to them back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't want to listen to that, then you should not sit down that scoreboard area.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, look, Braggy, this has been an exciting show. Couple of tech hiccups right at the beginning, but let's hope that the rest of the show goes all right. Hey, I just want to do a really big shout out to a couple of people if I can. First up, yourself, mate. I just think that your musical knowledge and expertise and experience is just gold. And what I really appreciate is the way that our artists can come on the show and actually they're talking to someone that knows what they're talking about. So big thank you to you. A huge thank you to the artists that have come on the podcast, of course. They trust us, and I think that's
seem to. Don't know why, but they seem to.
Yeah, and when you see some of the stuff we're going to show tonight, we are just really grateful for some of the work that they've done. We're going to hear songs for the first time. We're going to be hearing a song, one of the Ritzy Kids songs in acoustic, which is just gold. It's spine tingling.
I can't wait.
We're going to hear a bit of a mashup, which I'm just stoked about. So really humbled and grateful for our artists. And I do want to do a shout out and a thank you to the former co-host. Many people have asked us what's happened to Matty. Matty's moved on and he's got an EP to come out, of course, and he's currently doing a podcast with his sister. So, you know,
hopefully we once that album's out, we can get him on and talk about it. That'd be good. That would be awesome.
That'd be good. So so thanks to Matty. He played a huge part in getting this podcast up and running, and he's often doing his own thing. He's become a solo artist, is the way I like to think about it. So good on him.
Yeah, but before you go on there, because the reason I wore a hat is because I wanted to dip it to you as well, because you I'm trying to be Molly Meldrum by the looks, aren't I? Freaking out. I wanted to, I mean, you organised this at the back behind the scenes. I don't know how many hours you must spend editing it all together and getting it out there and finding the people. Yeah. And, you know, you can say that I've got the music knowledge, but that music knowledge is nothing without the punter, without the punter's knowledge. You know what I mean? You can be as flash and as technical as you want, but if the punter doesn't like it, and that's where you come in. You know what's good. You've been following music since you were, knee high, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So it's what you do is no less, than anyone else. So well done.
Appreciate that, mate. It's
no worries.
It's been a bit of a labour of love, this podcast, and we love it. And
I love
obviously some people love it. Now, I'm going to start the show off. We've got the one that you may remember Jeff Allen from. Well, I'm hoping you do remember
Yes,
Jeff
I do
from
remember Jeff
episode
Allen.
32. And one of the reasons why I've asked our next guest to come on the podcast is when we were talking to Rob Stanier. Rob was talking about some of the work that he's done at Kutharinga up there in Townsville. And
Yeah.
you know, we know the power of music. We know that music is like the soul of a home. But to see music used in different ways is just phenomenal in helping people. And these next couple of people that I'm going to introduce you to, and Karen is Jeff's wife, and Lynne is one of the directors of the organisation. It's an organisation called Fun Farm. Now, before I bring them on, and once again, if we have a technical meltdown, that's all right. But hopefully we'll get this through. Where's my mouse when I need it? There it is. So I'm going to share first up a little snippet from one of the bits of work that they do. So I'm just going to share the screen here, Braggy.
Yeah.
Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to share this one. Then I'm going to go in there and now one of the rules that you've got to do tonight, Braggy, sorry, I'm just going to stop sharing. Every time I say we've got to share the screen, your role is to say don't forget the audio.
Right. So what do they have to do to not forget the audio? Oh,
yeah, well, you just tell me, don't forget the audio.
I'll tell you. Okay. Don't forget the audio, Curly.
Okay. So, because the first time I share the screen, of course, I forget the audio. So you should be able to see this on the screen. This is from one of the blue light discos that they run.
Oh, yeah. I can see. Oh, yeah. Oh, they got the salsa train going. I love it. That's awesome. That is fantastic.
All right. Let's have a chat to Karen, and we've got Karen and Lynne Sturgess there. How are we?
Good.
Well, I've got an ad going on my thingo now. So we've got Karen Howe, Jeff Allen's wife, and we have got Lynne Sturgess, one of the directors. How are you, Karen?
Good, thanks, Tony.
How are you, Lynne? Been a while since we've seen you.
Hi, Braggy.
Hey, how's it going, girls?
Good, really good.
I love the background. I love the background with the guitars in the background.
Ta-da. Perfect.
That's great.
So, Karen, share a little bit about what Fun Farm's all about.
Okay, so the vision, I guess, many years ago that with Dylan, our son, as you know, Jeff and I, my son, was when he becomes a teenager, what's his life going to look like in terms of socially, you know, who's he going to hang out with? Braggy, just so you know, he's got a few disabilities and he's nonverbal. So it's like, okay, where, you know, what's it going to look like when he's a teenager? You know, teenagers like to hang out with their mates and do stuff. So, yeah, my vision just started growing legs, talking to all the right people. And I had Fun Farm in mind. I was being very mindful because some people would call it Funny Farm, which was interesting. But anyway, but Fun Farm, because it was really all about, with these guys, building capacity. So, you know, seeing, you know, giving them a purpose in life as well at the same time whilst having fun. So that's kind of where it went to from there. And now we've got 6 directors, all with business backgrounds. So Lynne obviously is one of my amazing directors, who's my MC generally, so I'll let her actually take over from there about her experience as well.
Okay. For me, Fun Farm was a great idea because I had a nephew that was severely disabled, and he passed away the year that we set this up, and he was 40 then. But his biggest challenge was that he couldn't do things that everyone else could do, and he was excluded from a lot of things. And as an adult, he wanted to go down the pub and he wanted to, have beers with the blokes, but, he always had to have a carer, or he had an electric wheelchair, so he could get, in the end he could get there. But he didn't have the same experiences that other blokes were having. So, it was all about, making life fun. So making sure that he could, do everything that, people said that he couldn't do. We took him jet skiing and to a whole heap of things that like workplace and safety was hated, but he wanted to have a good time. And so talking about Fun Farm, we sort of made it a bit of a rule that if you're not having a good time, you shouldn't be there. And so it's about encouraging everyone to have a good time, and just, any event that we have, the focus is on the fun, and we try and take away all the, the strict rules without being safe, obviously, but, that people can have a good time.
Yeah. And it was each director that came on board all had a similar story, experience with either a family member or friend, or had a similar experience. So finding directors with the passion, that was really the key for us, because they were going to be good drivers to make it happen. So we've held a couple of discos. They seem to be the most effective, I guess, to get started pretty quickly. We don't have the farm yet, but it's into the future. It's in the vision. Yeah, so we keep it in that vision. And so we've been fortunate enough to operate out of the Boatdale Multi-Sports Club, which can actually give us the opportunity to run any event there. So we've done the 2 discos, and we've got a huge calendar this next year, and grants have been coming. We've won so many grants. Thank you to Lisa Nardone, who's our grants writer, one of our directors.
Oh, that's such a hard thing, isn't it, to write the grants? I've had some, not myself personally, but I've known someone's had experience with that. You really need the person to be on the money. When they write those things.
On the money to get the money.
On the money.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So very blessed with different backgrounds everybody brings to support the business.
Yeah. Well, I love the name. I think Fun Farm, that's an awesome name. And I know you say like it's close to Funny Farm, but I also noticed on your sign there at the disco, and it's got ability, not disability.
Yeah.
Because they've got ability.
That's
Isn't that right? I just love that. And do you find that you've seen some like them come out of their shell a bit more, or from the music?
Yes.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. And, we get there and we ask them what's their favourite song or artist, those that are verbal, or, their support people that know the type of music they like. So we play a sort of range of music, from Wiggles right through to, Led Zeppelin or something. It's quite diverse. It's interesting.
And a lot of them really love to grab hold of the microphone, and even if they're not really verbal, they make enough noise, and they're just in it. You can just see the energy exploding, and it's brilliant.
So good.
And everyone then feels it. So it's when the first disco we had, it took about 20 minutes or more before people were comfortable. Some of the guys wouldn't even come in the room. And then so we started dancing and just mucking around, being idiots. And then they just were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to be verbal to make music, do you? Or to make it. No, I mean, Yoko Ono, just make it. You just got to make a noise and make art.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's it.
And a lot of we do feedback forms, and a lot of the feedback comes back about music and people wanting to play, and but play whatever in their own way. Yeah. So there's no, technicalities about it. Same with when we give them the microphone to have a sing and a talk. One guy, David, loves it. He goes on and he says, I love my mum and she's so good. And then he goes, and thank you. Everybody gets in like he's the MC and he's having a speech and he just loves it. And every time, and they just want to be heard and seen. Yeah. And it's just good. And the carers, everyone comes with their carer. And we noticed in the second round, the carers were really into it. They were dancing and having a great time and singing. We're getting song requests, and music is a big part of that.
It is, yeah. It will be
Massive.
It'll be a part of everything we do. Will be around the music, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe bringing them instruments and stuff to play.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Drums and shaker things, yeah.
We take out all these hats and stuff, and we have like a dress up box, and then take photos of them, so then they can see the photos, and they just love it. You know, it's like
That's awesome.
They do. They just go off.
You can see them come out of the shell, though. You know, from Regan is one of the girls. She was like so shy and wouldn't come in the door, and she was like giving me the evil eye, like she's like, I don't trust you, you know. And then by the end of it, she's like,
he's all over it.
Yeah,
all righty, so let's share a little bit of, is it dinner time with Dylan, Karen?
Oh yes, I sent you that clip the other night.
All right, so just bear with me. I'm going to share the screen, Braggy. So what do you have to do?
Make sure you turn the sound up, Dylan.
Brisbane, lots to do, lots to see. Brisbane, lots to do, lots to see. So much fun to have all day, doing things the Brisbane way. Brisbane. The ferry's still like your pirate ship.
Oh, here we go. We're changing it up.
Now it's coming back, can you see it? Where's this guy? I can see you through the curtains of the waterfall. When I lost it, you held my hand and I took it and understand.
You ready, Dylan?
You jump. Woo! Say Geronimo, say Geronimo, say.
Okay.
Away, on away, on away.
You ready for Dad to cook dinner?
I want my dinner. Get in my belly.
Still up dinner time. Music. Music has fun.
So say Geronimo. Cantare. Sorry, honey. I just love that song. Continue. Send my friends towards Pennsylvania. Strike up the music, the band has begun. Pennsylvania poker. Pennsylvania poker. It started. It's now number one.
Hey, so
On
Karen,
a
it looks like
Pennsylvania.
That's dinner time at our household.
That's cool.
Just also add when Jeff, might be guitar piece. So when it's really serious, down piece of guitar, and it might be downhearted. He likes that song. He'll come back to exactly the same spot on the song, just like straight on where the guitar bit starts.
Wow!
Every time, it's quite incredible.
So Dylan's non-verbal, isn't he, Karen?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you can see how he gets really focused in on the music or the shifting of the music or the changing of the music. So what other stories do you see with the people that you work with Fun Farm? How do they respond and react to shifts and changes in music?
It's confidence, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Real confidence booster.
a bit of a freedom, like the energy and the movement, and just a lot of the guys really concentrate on it. And love
Do
it.
you find a change with different styles of music? Do you play different styles? Like, do you play classical music or maybe something more heavy or full on, or?
Oh,
We haven't played classical.
Not classical, no. We've done more. What we've tended to ask is what their favourite tunes are. So we've just hold a list. But it'd be interesting actually to add in some classical.
Yeah. So,
well, I guess it's like everybody that they're probably used to the music that they've grown up and heard in their house. So like any body.
That's it. Yeah. So anyway, it's a bit. Well, we do have fun.
It looks like
lady, you are doing a very important job. So please keep it up. And if we've been able to help in any way, if people want to help Fun Farm, how can they do that, Karen and Lynne?
We need some more volunteers, so that to spread the energy. So volunteering at events will mean that we can have larger events. And one of the things that we have a bit of a challenge with is doors, because these guys just like to run, and trying to keep them inside can be a bit of a hassle. So we need some volunteers on the day. Funding, to get to the farm, we're going to have to do some serious fundraising to be able to actually buy property. But it's a goal that we've got. So the other thing, Karen's got this dream that someone's going to leave us their farm, and that would be wonderful. But we haven't met anybody with the property yet. But it doesn't mean that it can't happen.
Exactly. And maybe we should shout out, Curly, to any musos out there who want to come and offer their services there.
Oh, we would love to have live music.
Yeah.
These guys would love it. And it's almost, the volunteering in this is a gift to yourself, because you have such a good time. So it's not like a drudgy putting cars in, it's actually it's a good energy. So
and if they had a live band, they'll get the visual as well as the sound. Hey.
That's that would be brilliant. Wouldn't it be good to have the next year when there's International Disability Day, if we had something like a concert, at the showground with various different musos, and then people can just dance out in the street.
It'd go off, wouldn't it?
It would,
It'd go off.
Well, that's maybe that's a goal that the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast can help.
Yeah, maybe that's a challenge for us next year, Curly.
Absolutely. Sounds like a good one.
I'd be running for that.
So, Karen, as I said, that's important work, so keep it up, please. Now, you've got another important job to do now, don't you? You've got to be introducing someone who's going to perform live for us.
Oh, that's my job. Well,
yes.
That's fun to do.
So tell us about this artist.
Tell them about the artist.
Is he any good or what? Is he any good?
Oh, look, he's all right.
Yeah,
he goes all right. Yeah, we'll give him 9 out of 10. So Jeffrey Howe, who goes as Jeffrey Allen in his music world, his songs that he's got recorded out there on Spotify, by the way, if anybody wants to go on Spotify and download, there's about 4 or 5 tunes there that he's written and recorded, and he's being accompanied by his brother, who also accompanied him with writing and recording some of this music. So it's very exciting. Got the 2 boys, and they're very naturally talented. So I'm going to move out of the way on that note.
Awesome. Thanks, Karen. Thank
you
you so
over
much.
to Jeff and Darren.
Awesome. So, Braggy, how good was that? Fun.
Some people just do go over and above, you know, in their lives to help other people. It just blows my mind. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. It's just such a beautiful thing. So, how are you, Jeff?
Jeff,
good.
How are you, mate?
Good, gentlemen. We just have to set ourselves up.
Yeah,
you're right.
All right. Thank you, Tom.
So, introduce your brother to us.
You all right? I'm just trying to get myself into the right position.
And she's good looking, brother Jeff.
Yeah, we're just going to make a few adjustments over here. Can you hear us all right with this microphone?
Yeah.
Is that clear enough?
Yep.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's not something I would normally do, play live with just a microphone and not some sort of sound setup. So this could go really well, or it could be a train wreck.
I'm going to be in the same boat a bit later on, mate. Don't worry. I've only got one mic. See what happens. What's your brother's name?
Oh, sorry. This is my brother that I've been talking about. That's done a lot of the lead work on my songs.
Yeah.
Darren.
I'm the youngest.
My
You're
youngest.
the good looking one. You're the good looking one, Darren.
Oh, hell no.
Darren, I noticed you got Norman's Rare Guitar T-shirt. I love that. I follow them on Facebook. Norman's Rare Guitars. Have you bought anything from there?
Oh, no. I just bought it.
Bought the shirt.
Was it Spinal Tap?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had the shirt. So I went looking for it, and then I realised what kind of guitars they sold, and I went, I'll never be able to.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I thought, wow, we own something from there.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Story.
And Jeff, I've really got to thank you, because after your appearance on the show, it started a bit of a ratings or a category for songs after I talked about Afterlife being one of those songs that it's like a Sunday session. And then since then we've added some categories to it. There's we now call some songs a frantic night on the piss, so we get this. but your episode started it all with Afterlife and Sunday session.
Terrific. That's great.
Yeah, so thank you. What are you playing for us today, Jeff?
Well, before we do that, I just wanted to point out we're going to get a bit of latency with the video here, so you have to bear with us. But this guitar that Darren's holding, he built himself.
Oh my
God! We're actually going to play a couple of tunes tonight, and he's going to give it a run.
I wouldn't mind a close up of that after you guys finish. Then have a look at that. That looks awesome. Yeah,
it's done a really, really good job. It's a really bright, sound to it. What was the wood it's made from?
The top is a Sitka spruce, and the back and sides is actually a flame curly maple.
Curry maple.
This one's
is that a Queensland maple?
No, it's American. Canadian.
Okay. Oh, look at the back, the flame maple. It's gorgeous.
And I've never seen these particular timbers come up for a guitar, so I grabbed it when I found out online. So it came across from America as a kit, but I still had to completely construct it.
Wow.
It's got mahogany neck.
Rosewood ebony fingerboard.
Yeah, ebony fingerboard. I added a bunch of stuff to it out of the kit, so I put extra perloid dot markers on it.
Yep.
I had to do my own inlaying. I've never done that before, so just a little.
That's not an easy thing to do.
But I was slightly afraid it was going to be a bit too bright, because maple is a very stiff, hard timber.
Yep.
But it's really nice. It's very different to the others. So I think after a couple of years, it's going to get even better.
Oh, it will, for sure.
How does that sound through there, then?
That sounds good.
Terrific.
Let's hear Darren. Yep, sounds good, guys.
Terrific. Just going to do a cover and an original. So I'm just going to do a song by Hootie and the Blowfish and an original. And they're both, and I don't know why I decided to pick these songs, but they're both sort of the second song I wrote, not purposefully in the same vein as has let it cry, but it just happens to fall there. So I thought, you know, it'd be a good idea to sort of play them together. So we're just going to play Let It Cry by Hootie and Blowfish first up,
Okay.
and then I'll going to play the original. It's so long I let flow, trying to find a thought that's scared to mine. She says that's the one I love the most. The stops night fucking high. Never lets me in, only tells me where she's been when she's had too much to drink. I say that I don't care and just run my head through dark hair and I pretty guy, help me fly away and just let her cry. Let the tears fall down like rain, let her sing. And Jesus all the pain, let her go. Let it walk right out on me. If the sun comes up to my road, let it be. Oh. I'll be back someday. When I should look for you, you walked in, didn't know just what to do, so I sat back down, had a beer and felt sorry for myself, saying let her cry. Let the tears fall down like rain, let her sing. Jesus all the pain, let it go. Let it walk right out on me. The sun comes up tomorrow, let it be. Let it be. Tragedy, drank so much I cannot believe she's the same girl I fell in love with long ago. When in the back you get high, and I sat down on my couch and cried, you little woman, love, won't you please, won't you hold my hand, just let it cry. Let the tears fall down the rain, let us sing. If Jesus all the pain, let it go. Let it walk right out on me. The sun comes
her be, let her be. The sun comes up tomorrow, let her be.
Did you put the exclamation mark at the end of it?
That was
Oh,
That
that's
was-
in the crowd.
Oh, absolutely. I had to mute myself. I found myself singing, and I didn't want to spoil it. So
Oh, was I singing? I probably was too.
yeah, so I muted you when you started. So that's
Oh.
all right, Braggy.
All right, Shirley. Don't forget to unmute me.
Yeah. Well, I have now. So
Okay.
that's a great version, Jeff.
Yeah.
I've got my mate Big Stu beside me, and for some reason he thought when we were talking about locals that I was talking about Townsville, but he suddenly said, "Oh, Jeff's a Redland boy," so he's excited. You might get a new one at some of your shows coming up. So great version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
well, we only put that together about an hour ago.
That's how you do it.
Right, surely.
That sounds like our whole show.
What's that?
It's like our whole show, Jeff.
Well, we haven't been able to get together for a bit, and I rang Darren only probably a few nights ago, and I said, "Okay, look, we're doing the podcast. Can you be out here?" And he said, "Yeah, I can do that." And he said, "What songs are you going to play?" And I said, "Well, I'm just going to do that Hootie song." And he said, "Oh, yeah, okay." And he said, "What other song are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I'm going to play my original." And he said, I haven't heard it. And I said, "Well, we'll put it together, come early." So anyway, that didn't happen. So about an hour ago, we sat down with the guitar and said, "Okay, this is my song." And he said, "Okay." So yeah, we virtually put it together about an hour ago.
Excellent.
So, and I've not played this song to anyone. So
Oh wow,
Oh,
Can we get
exclusive.
number one
We like
listen?
exclusive.
I haven't played this to
another
anybody.
exclusive.
Yeah. So
So what's it called, Jeff?
the song's called Paper Boat.
Okay.
Yes, it's anyway, you'll get it.
All right.
Excuse me if I stick my face off. It's just because I've got his music in front of me and I'm trying to follow it as he goes.
Yeah, I kind of sitting a bit awkwardly, so hopefully that comes up all right on the screen.
And that sounds good. And it looks good. It's all good.
Terrific.
Yep.
Find a way in the still of the night. Sometimes I think that I should give up the fight. She has a dream full of secrets from the past.
What'd you do? You were looking at me, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
Stop it. I don't know what I'm doing. Go on.
All right, try it again, shall we?
Keep going.
From the top. 2, 3, 4. Find a way in the still of the night. Sometimes I think that I should give up the fight. She has a dream full of secrets from the past. trying to believe in something I don't know. Watch me, I heard her say. Watch me steal away and sail away. A paper boat, barely afloat, cast out to sea. She left me a note and a rusty key. There's a picture of you next, lying on the floor, broken into pieces of nothing at all. Everything was never meant to fall this far. Waiting till the end to find out who we are. Watch me, I heard her say. Watch me steal the wind and sail away. Oh, a paper boat, barely afloat, cast out to sea. She left me a note and a rusty key. And a rusty key. Paper boat, barely afloat, and a rusty key.
Woo! Nice work, boys. Well done, boys.
Mate, how good, how good. Tell us a bit about that song, Jeff.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, you
Bit
did.
of a false start.
That's fine. That's all right.
And I've got to say, another classic Sunday session.
Oh, that's going in the Sunday session basket, Tony. Is that right?
Absolutely, I reckon so.
Yeah, it's laid back.
Well,
It's got-
we raised to the challenge, so
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think that's going to look like when you record it, Jeff?
that's a good question. I've been toying with it, and we haven't actually sat down and worked through anything. I threw that at him about an hour ago, and I've been playing through it so I can remember the actual lyrics that I wrote.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I got through that first verse and thought, what's the next verse? And I was like, okay, not again. So, so yeah, it's very, it's very new.
Very new. And thank you for sharing it with us. That's
awesome.
Yeah, I just feel so humbled that people are sharing songs with us for the first time. And, you know, I think that's just awesome. Jeff, that's got a real little, just a nice little tune, melody, just sits there. So tell us, what's it about?
I guess from the perspective of having, you know, from a male having a female partner that's wayward, if you know what I mean. You know. Okay, carry on.
Hey, I didn't know it was autobiography.
You know what, Jeff? I reckon it's got a little bit of Jimmy Buffett about it, that song. It's got a
Yeah,
Jimmy
so,
Buffett feel to it.
paper boat, barely afloat, cast out to sea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of teetering. Yeah, so that's kind of the angle that it came from. It just and it wasn't influenced by the first song we did. It was coincidental, and it's just a song that I play in my acoustic set, and I thought, oh, that's in a similar vein and to Paper Boat. So I thought, it'd be good to play them together.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I play something completely different. So you've got two songs that are very different to each other. But excuse me, this time I thought I played them together.
Yeah. Well, you did well, Jeff, and really appreciate it. And Braggy, do you know that run sheet I gave you? We're sitting about half an hour running late. So
That's your fault, mate.
it was all that hiccup at the beginning.
Technical
So
stuff at the
Jeff
start.
and Karen and Lynne and your brother's names escape me. I'm
Darren.
Darren.
Okay, don't worry. Not
Merry
everybody
Christmas,
remembers me.
guys, and thank you so much for sharing
Thanks for
with
coming
us
on,
today.
guys.
And
Don't
we've
forget-
got the Fun Farm
Don't
girls.
forget the Fun Farm girls. And any musos listening to the podcast, get in contact with us. We'll get you in contact with them.
Yeah,
We need to do that concert next year, but Curly.
absolutely. We will have the
Be in
links to Fun Farm in the show notes when this gets parceled up. So thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your show. Really appreciate and grateful
Yeah,
for
Merry Christmas to you all,
Yeah.
and thanks for having us on.
No worries. Thank you.
Tony. Great work.
See you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love your work. Yeah.
Bye.
All right. Braggy, how was that?
Mate, how good is it? We can do this.
Yeah. Hey, look.
Technology. Just get a little bit of live music going. I like that last song. It's like Jimmy Buffett. I don't know. You reckon Sunday sesh, mate? I'm definitely under the palm tree with the bloody margarita.
Hey, look, I've got to
laid back.
introduce someone. My wife says you can see him on the live screen. So my good mate Stewie's just sitting here. Stand up, Stewie.
Bloody drummers always at the back, aren't they?
Yeah, aren't they? So Big Stew.
And always
you
got a
might-
beer.
Always got to be a.
Happy Christmas, Stewie. Happy Christmas,
No hat
Stewie.
today.
All right, sit back down.
Back in your box, Stewie.
All right, we've got to catch up time. All right. Stewie, of course, was on episode 36, the Big Stew and a Drummer's Influences. So the next song we're going to listen to is one of our, I guess, all of our artists are favourites, but Sean Frazer from the Ritzy Kids.
Shawnee
you know,
boy.
he was
I
the
still,
very
hey, Curly, I still don't know what he looks like because his internet was always fucking up. No, that's not true.
Hopefully you get a good image of him in this one, but his internet's quite frankly shit. I mean, there's no other way.
Hey?
There's no other way. that you-
You've got no money.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
And,
that's right. He's a muso. He can't afford to get the NBN.
But you know, Sean's had some really good success this year.
They're powering up the bloody charts, aren't
Absolutely, they've been added to the iHeart's Australian Music Show as well. I've played on rotation
they? Nice.
with this song. Now, the song that he does today was the first song that he talked about back in episode 20 on the podcast. It's a song called Breakthrough.
The
I
Liam Gallagher
actually-
stance.
I just love this version. So I'm going to share the screen. So, Braggy, what do I have to do?
Turn it up. Turn it up.
G'day, Braggy. Hello, Curly. Merry Christmas, first of all. I'd like to say thanks for having me on the show so many times this year. It was the first time I'd been on a podcast. It was lots of fun, and I'm sure there's plenty of good times ahead. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and having a good time, and Happy New Year as well. I think Curly suggested that I play the first song that I released with the Ritzy Kids, Breakthrough. Obviously, it's very punk rock and quick and got a lot of drums and a lot of things happening, but I've had to strip it back for this episode for you. So here's an acoustic rendition version of Breakthrough. Hopefully you like it.
from the start. You tried your hardest, but it fell apart. You tried so hard, but when the cracks began, you gave it up. So get up if you think you'll miss it. One day you'll have wished you did it all. The dream big, you can make it happen. Don't stop, there's a chance of breaking through and more. So don't take this personal. No use in complaining. I know it's frustrating. Breathe in, let go. It's your chance to make a change. Sit around wasting away, time is fading. We're slowed apart. Your conscience moves into the right direction. We're worlds apart, but we believe in taking second chances. Work hard till your hands are bleeding. Head down, you can stop believing that you're made for this. And if you wanna stay up late and enjoy the weekends, in the morning push through the sickness. There's no time like right now. So don't take this personal. No use in complaining. I know it's frustrating. Breathe in, let go. It's your chance to make a change. Sit around wasting away, time is fading. Breathe in, let go. Don't take this personal. No use in complaining. I know it's frustrating. Breathe in, let go. It's your chance to make a change. Sit around wasting away, time is fading, moving too slow.
Cheers, guys. Merry Christmas.
How?
Man, he's got some pipe. He's got some pipes, hasn't he?
Oh, mate. And how good is that version, Bragg?
Yeah, it's great, mate. Yeah, well done. He should put that in the set.
Oh, well, my wife and daughter just love it and just think it needs to be on Spotify. So I know Sean's going to be listening at a later date. So, Sean, you got to release that. That's spine tingling.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, great pipes as well, as you were saying.
Oh, that last note.
Could you hold it?
No. No way, mate. I can't sing. I'm hopeless.
All righty. So that was just amazing. So check out the Ritzy Kids. Of course, all these links, their Spotify channels are going to be in the show notes. So let's talk about our next artist. And we went from the very first artist we had on the podcast, and now we're talking about the first international artist we had. And this was one hell of an episode, wasn't it?
Oh, Shane Sigro from Blind Season. Poor bugger had to get up at bird's fart in the morning freezing cold up there.
Yeah.
And he was such a lovely, gentle guy. And
Absolutely.
and I just love the way those musos, you know, even through adversity, lockdown and having problems with, you know, people in his life, he locks himself away in the basement and he comes out with, you know, 3 killer songs.
Well, we called it the basement sessions, didn't he? Because he said, I locked myself in a basement. I got a bit of a buzz on. So, and wrote out some tunes from a bit of pain that he was going through. So,
perfect. That's the way you do it.
And one of the things that I'm actually, and, you know, we heard from Jeff a brand new song that he wrote, but Shane's given us 2 brand new songs as well. So, and I'm just so humbled by that because it's so trusting with us. And
I know, right?
so here we are just saying, hey, send us a couple of songs. And we've got artists saying, well, I trust you. I'm going to send you some new stuff that I'm putting together. And these songs actually remind me of, and you talked about the process the Beatles went through in coming up with their songs.
Yeah.
And listening to the 2 songs that Shane sent through, I actually cannot wait to see these put out.
This is going to be an interesting thing, Curly, because the song, it gets born, and who knows where it does. Sometimes it'll be some words come to you. Sometimes it'll be some melody you hear, or sometimes it'll be chords you just like. You keep playing them over and over, and you start it off. And I'll guarantee you, unless you fluke one and you got the whole song in one go, it's going to change and go through its forms. And, you know, so he's given us these things. It's like, I mean, and the musos will always call their songs their children, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you go and then you have to let them go and let them go out there. You know, say that I'm finished with it now, off you go. But he's given us the newborn. You know, that's how trusting he is. These are newborn songs. They could end up way different. It could be different lyrics. It could a whole different feel. Who knows what it's going to sound like once he takes them to the band, you know?
Yeah, and the first song we're going to listen to is called Fireworks.
Yep.
And he gave me a bit of a heads up around what the songs are about. So the music has been sitting around for this one for a while, but he's only recently finished the lyrics. So when you're talking about a newborn, there is no bigger newborn than I've just finished the lyrics. I'm going to send it to the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. My God. So, but, and once again, the thing I really love about Shane is that he's got such a vulnerable voice. And you know, we just heard Sean's pipes, and Shane's right at the other end of the scale, isn't he? In many ways.
But it suits his music. His heart's in the song just as much. It's just
absolutely. So, so once again, I'm going to share this screen.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Thank you for having me. to pass the time. Can't afford chemical break, petrified. The crash inside. Nothing ever seems to have the answer to every little thing inside my head is calling. Every little thing that makes me sick till morning. And how can I decide on what emptiness is real? But every little thing. Every little thing. Feathers in spring have no rights to pacify. I need you, it makes you cry. I'll survive until someday. And every little thing inside my head is calling. Every little thing that makes me sick till morning. And how can I decide on what emptiness is real? But every little thing inside my head calling. Every little thing that makes me sick till morning. And how can I decide on what emptiness is real? But every little thing. Every little thing. How can I decide on what emptiness is real? But every little thing. Every little thing.
That's pretty dark.
Yeah, it is. It's but once again, I that song actually really excites me. You can just see it coming together as he's done it. So
Yeah, I mean, who knows where that's going to go? But it's pretty. I think, yeah.
So every
It's
little
hard
thing.
to say when you hear songs like that, Brett. Like just with him playing the acoustic, and it's just you. Who knows how he's going to? But just listening to some of the lyrics, it's pretty dark. But it's like we talked about before with our first guests about music therapy. You know, it's helping him, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
You
It
would
is.
hope. You know?
And there's going to be so many people that resonate with a song like that.
Oh,
I
for
think.
sure. For
So
sure.
now I don't know if I shared this with you, Braggy, but this is a bit of an addition to the agenda for today, our live concert. I was
Yes.
talking to a friend of ours, and you met this friend while we were all in lockdown and doing
Yes.
our lockdown trivia, and
Yeah.
Nicky Francis, who is one of the most talented and creative people I know.
Oh, I know what's coming here.
her artistry. She does pet portraits, and they're just magnificent. But she's also a trained remedial therapist. She went away to Tokyo this year with the Olympic team. She's just, and as I said, incredibly talented. And I was telling her about our Sunday session Christmas party.
Yes.
And she said, Tony, you cannot do a Christmas show just sitting on your backside, drinking beers and listening to music. She said, I am going to have to do something for you. And Tave,
no.
most concerned about us bragging. And she said, what if I was to give you a couple of minutes of a sip and yoga session?
Yeah, okay.
So that's what we're going to do now.
Righto.
My wife's expecting me to do this.
Does Nicky know that I was born without hamstrings?
Yeah, my hamstrings have sort of disappeared over time. So I am going to step back and I am going to try and endeavour.
Okay.
Except I do need a drink if I'm going to do this right. So so we're going to do, and this is for everyone listening, of course, we're all going to do a little bit of yoga here. This is the wonderful Nicky Francis. So
I bet you my wife's not doing it.
Yvette, there's your challenge.
I'm going to have to put it back otherwise.
Okay. All right, wait a sec. I need to share screen.
Hang on. Do I need my headphones? Oh, I do, because I need to hear what I say.
Well, I actually put the words on the screen as we went to with this one. So,
okay.
So this is the wonderful Nicky Francis. We're going to do. She's given me a 6-minute video. So depending on when my hammies start to pull up short.
I'm going to be fine there because I don't have any.
All right, here we go. Sipping yoga.
For Christmas.
I can do that bit.
Okay, coming up for standing with your legs nice and wide.
Yep.
Holding your drink, we're going to use it.
Okay.
Holding it in at your chest, we're going to take a breath in and you lift your drink. And on the exhale, we're going to bring it down in front of your chest. Bring your chin down to your chest and roll yourself all the way down to the mat. And if you can reach, you can just place your cup down on the mat. And just relax your head. And then holding there, we're just going to do a little bend into the knees.
I can do that.
And then press your legs back to straight, or as straight as you can.
Look at my wife's doing it, Braggy.
Again. And straighten. One more bend. And straighten. And then we're going to slowly, on your inhale, roll yourself back up. And reaching back up.
Oh, that's a glorious pose, isn't
Down,
it? Drink up top.
take one foot to the front of your mat, and the other one is parallel to the back edge. And you're going to bring your drink into your front hand and open up through your hips. So press your knee out towards your little toes, and the other arm behind you. All right, you're going to bring this back hand forwards towards your drink. And then inhale, we're going to open it up. Stretching the chest. Exhale, come back towards your drink. Inhale, open. Working with that breath, maybe dropping a little bit deeper. Do one more. And then bring yourself back to the center. So bring those feet back to pointing just off.
This is a good bit, Braggy.
Let's go to the other side. So the drink is in your front hand. Bend into that front knee. Other arm is out behind you. You're going to come forwards with the arm. Inhale, open. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. And one. Coming back around to the front. And coming back to the mat.
All right.
So we're going to sit with our legs
Oh,
out
no.
and also in between your feet. And just pop the glass down in front of you. I'm going to try and reach towards that glass. So on your inhale, you're going to reach up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale up. Exhale, reach down. One more. Coming back up, and you're going to tuck the one foot in. The other leg is still up nice and straight. Flex the toes if you can and get a little bit more stretch. We're going to come on over towards that straight leg by lifting your other arm up and over. Doesn't matter if you can't touch your toes.
You just have to believe me, I'm doing it.
And then take this top arm up.
I'm watching Brad,
Just
Julie,
place it down
and
behind
Darren
you,
doing
and
it.
then lift the other
And
arm.
I'm trying.
And again, towards the toes. And behind you, reaching up. One more. Okay, changing sides. Reach towards the toes.
Beer over.
Oh, big stretch.
And let's do that nice moving stretch. So hand behind you. And towards the toes. Raising up. Reaching the toes. And up. Then lastly, we're going to bring ourselves to a seated position. And you're just going to drop one leg in front of the other. So not like a real tight squeezed in cross leg, but just lay that other one leg of your drink. Inhale, we're going to reach that up. Exhale, you're going to open that arm out to the side. And just stretch up and over with the other arm. And then inhale, come back up. Pass the glass into the other hand. And exhale, up and over. Inhale to come back up. And exhale, you're going to reach forward as far as you can. Drop the glass down. And then come up and switch your legs the other way. So the other leg is in front. And then we're going to reach forward and grab that glass. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, open out to one side. Inhale, lift it up. Switch hands. And exhale. Inhale, raise. And bring the glass in. Merry Christmas. Cheers.
How'd you go, Braggy? Braggy's still down.
Man down. Man down.
Man
I'm good.
Mate, can I tell you, my wife and Browsy killed that. I hope everyone that was on there enjoyed that. So all our that was so good. How was that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Nothing like drinking beer on the floor. You know, Curly, there's an old song, an old blues song. It's called, goes, "You're never really drunk until you're clinging to the floor." You know that one, Stewie?
Yep.
All righty. So let's. I'm going to ask you a question.
Ask me away.
In your opinion, what is the most Australian song that has ever been released? The most Aussie.
Man, that's so hard because, you know, Australia, you know what I mean? Australia is such a multicultural place. It's very, very hard. I'm just going to tell you some of the songs that I really like. And I don't know, I might, it's because I've been at the cricket, you know?
Yeah.
And they sing the national anthem. And I mean, I'm proud Australian, but I'm not very much of a fan of our national anthem. I think it's a shit song. I think it's got shit lyrics. It's nothing like I think the American national anthem's really, it's got all those different parts to it.
Yeah.
But the song I really like that I think should be our national anthem is a song by the Seekers, and it's the song that goes, "I am, you are, we are Australia." I just love that song. I think it's a great. I know they got Walshy. We got Walshy Matilda.
Yeah.
But the other thing they played at the cricket was Peter Allen. I've been to cities that never closed down. So I love those two songs, The Seekers and Peter Allen. I think they're really good Australian songs, especially the Seekers one because it's inclusive of everybody.
Yeah. You know, I've always had a thought that we could take Peter Allen's I Still Call Australian Home and Christina New or the Warumpi Band, My Island Home, and mash it together for the Australian anthem.
Curly, you love a good mashup.
Oh, mate, I love it. And we got one coming up. But do you want to hear my most Aussie song of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. It's a song by the Choir Boys off their very first album, and it's a song called Bullshit. I mean, where else but Australia could we have such a song called Bullshit?
Yeah.
It's just such a classic song. So anyway, all right.
That's good. Good question.
Got some good discussion. Hey, episode 40 saw our very first ever female, and our very first female, our very first country guest, and our second international guest. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do. Allison Asarch. I'm so impressed with this girl.
Yeah, this was such a
her whole attitude is blows my mind. She just is out there in Nashville with 1,000 other people, and she's loving it. She doesn't care. She's trying to make it big, but she doesn't care that if she doesn't because she's in Nashville and she's singing country songs.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, and
has she sent us something, Curly? Has she?
Yeah, she sent us a couple of songs through, and I think you're going to love it. She sent us a Christmas song, and you know, I know that you're singing a Christmas song later on. So,
I'll try and get one out.
I think this is just there's two songs here, and I think this just represents Allison just so well. She is just such a wonderful, talented artist who just cares about other people, and you know, she's done something pretty special for us here today. So I'm going to share the screen, and we're going to be hearing.
Don't forget to turn the sound up.
Thank you.
Hey, Curly and Braggy. I hope y'all are having a fantastic holiday season. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Allison Asarch. I am a singer-songwriter in Nashville, Tennessee. And for your holiday season, I thought I'd sing my song Sippin' on Something that I wrote with Andy Renfrey and Megan Barker. And then I will also be singing I'll Be Home for Christmas. I walked in, not looking for anything at all. One bar stool left open by the bathroom wall. A pair of eyes I'd never seen were in the mirror looking back at me, and suddenly I had no recollection of what the band was playing. We both knew what was going on. You asked me to dance, and it didn't take long till suddenly I was sipping on something, and it burned going down my heart, started thumping. I got lost in the sound as the blood went rushing to my head. Hadn't even raised a glass to my lips yet, but I was sipping on something, sipping on something. You're so intoxicating, smooth and strong. Ain't had a drink, but I'm so far gone. I was sipping on something, and it burned going down my heart. Started thumping, thumping, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was sipping on something, and it burned going down my heart. Started thumping. I got lost in the sound as the blood went rushing to my head. I hadn't even raised a glass to my lips yet, but I was sipping on something. Ooh, sipping on something. Ooh, sipping on something. I was sipping on something. And because it is Christmas, and I hope everyone in Australia is having a great Christmas so far, and I hope you also are having a great cricket season, is what I hear, and just in general, holiday season. I'm sure it's very warm there at this moment, which I wish it was warm. In Nashville, it's a little cold, but, you know, is what it is. Anyway, I hope that you are surrounded by all of your loved ones and all the people that you love so dear, and I hope that you will be home for Christmas. I'll be home for Christmas. Christmas, y'all.
How was that? Sorry, how was?
What about her voice, man?
The one thing that stood out for me in that is during our interview, she actually talked about the fact that she was learning the guitar, but
I
wasn't
know,
confident
right? I thought the
about
same
performing
thing.
with it.
Yes.
And
Well, she did fine there with the guitar.
Yeah, because she was worried about the engagement, and
Yeah.
she engaged so well in that. So
That's
once again, courageous artists and trusting us. I just think that's amazing. I'm so humbled.
I know. Oh, but her voice is so good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Two good choices of songs. That's Sipping on Something. We didn't actually play that, I don't think, when we interviewed her, did we?
And
That's
you
got a
still
good
haven't heard
connection like in the
Cotton
bar.
Dress either, have you?
No, I have heard Cotton Dress.
So,
That's a good song.
but anyway, that was awesome. That was awesome. Hey, Braggy, it's my turn. My turn to do something.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm going to.
I heard about this.
Now, this is, okay, cool. So, because there's so many creative people out there, and I'm a little bit of a poet, and but I'm not doing a poem that I wrote myself. I'm going to do a poem that got me into poetry, and this is a poem that I know from grade 7. And when I was going to Maroochydore State School, and it was our end of year, where you do some talent thing at the end of the year, and I did this poem. It was in 1978. It was in Rugby League week, and I love my
Curly. When you were at school, at primary school in Queensland, did you wear shoes to school?
Many of the people when I went to primary school at Maroochydore didn't, but my mum.
Same with me in Townsville. But
there were days that I didn't.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, Mum would try and get me into shoes every single day. So
yeah.
And she kept saying if I didn't wear shoes, my toes would spread. So. Oh, Mum, I love you. So this is a song called Big Jacko, and for anyone who used to know rugby league, the NRL isn't rugby league. So this is a song called Big Jacko, and I remember 90% of this from grade 7, believe it or not. And but I've got the words in front of me just so those other 10% can sort of help me out. So it's a song called Big Jacko, and I hope that it fits in. So, all right.
Go.
Big Jacko was a veteran prop. He was mean and tough and hard. When opponents ran right at him, he'd dump them back a yard. He weighed near 18 stone. He was more than 6'5", and them that met him head on came back barely half alive. His hands were like gorillas. He had shoulders like an ox. At least 10 teeth were missing. Jacko kept him in a box. I've seen him deck a fullback, leave the carcass for the crows, then stroll back to the scrum with blood pouring from his nose. Now, in 14 years of football, this behemoth never scored. That was his one ambition, to put points upon the board. He stole a pass in school when he was playing for the state, but as he neared the try line, he was hit by the 5'8". Now, he played his last game Sunday. It was his final fling at fame. Yes, Sunday was his last chance. Jacko's now or never game. He vowed he'd play his heart out. He'd give every run his all. He knew he'd score a try if he could only get the ball. Now, his team, the Binya Bandits, were the odds-on choice to win. All keyed up for the big game, each man uglier than sin. Their coach, a tough old wombat, quickly filled each heart with fear. Win this one big or else, he said, you won't be back next year. The Bandits trotted on the field. The crowd let out a roar that folks could hear in Boori, near 3 miles away or more. Their foes, the Henty Howlers, hadn't won a single game, and every howler knew of Jacko's brutal fame. As time ran out for Jacko and the score was 6-6, he knew he just had seconds to get in his final licks. Each team had lost key players. Rain had turned the field to mud. Big Jacko's wrist was broken and his nose was filled with blood. The clock showed 19 seconds and the Howlers had the ball. What once was rugby league was now a free-for-all. Their field goal man was ready. He had kept his team alive. Each bandit knew he'd kill him from inside the 25. The Howlers worked the ball downfield and were only 30 short. The lock ran through a half a gap, but luckily was caught. Their fullback was a big bloke. They called him Ugly Moose. Big Jacko nailed him on the quarter and watched the ball pop loose. Sound effects from Bragg. The hard knocks, the crunching hits now addled Jacko's brain. The endless years of trying, 14 years of racking pain. The ball bounced up. He grabbed it. Surely this was Jacko's day. The long-awaited touchdown was just 75 yards away.
Ooh.
All hell broke loose in Binya when Big Jacko got the ball. He decked 3 would-be tacklers, then tripped, but didn't fall. No human now could stop him because no human now would try. 'Twas Jacko's ball and Jacko's game, and Jacko do or die. His breath grew short. His legs grew tired. He'd score that try somehow. The years of pain, frustration, they all seemed worth it now. He stumbled once. He stumbled twice. Folks screamed, "Go, Jacko, go!" His wives and sons were watching, seated in the 7th row. He heard the full-time siren sound. He felt his leg go lame. 'Twas 20 yards to glory, only 20 yards to fame. This time he crossed the try line. Not a howler blocked his way. A few more yards, a few more feet. Today was Jacko's day. He plunged across the goal line and the roar became a din. Huge tears streamed down his sweaty face and streaked his toothless grin. They'd laugh at Jacko, nevermore. They'd hang their heads in shame. Alone he's trundled 75 yards. Alone he's won the game. The referee stood beside him as he lay there all gone black. He said, "I hate to tell you, but you stepped out 5 yards back."
Oh, no.
Big Jacko looked astonished. Surely this must be a gag. But then he saw him back upfield, the touch judge with his flag. For 75 painful yards, Big Jacko lugged 250 pounds. But 5 yards short, our hero stepped just 1 inch out of bounds. The game was over. 6-6 became the score of the day. He cried and said, "I'm sorry," because what else was there to say? And now no one's seen him lately. Blokes just don't forget so soon. His wives and sons have left him. He works behind a broom. Look closer there on the pub tiles. Bitter memories are caught. See photographs of Jacko when he stepped out 5 yard shorts. Yes, teams will win and teams will lose. And now and then they'll tie. Some men will stand as heroes while some other men will cry. And shame and fame will mingle and memories don't abort. Especially one of Jacko when he stepped out 5 yards short.
Woo! The fucking touchy. It's always the bloody touchy.
Absolutely, and it's only 5 millimeters. So
Cool.
yeah,
That was freaking awesome, mate. Well done.
Grade 7, 78.
That was great.
A little pop. Now, we were supposed to have Fee Garret online with us today.
Yes.
Fee Garret, she was episode 43 where we talked about the dance music, the DJ.
Yeah.
So she's done, and you've already got a bit of a glimpse of this. So she's done a bit of a segment for us, and I apologise for the graphics. It's the first time that Braggy and I have ever been featured on the front of a DJ console.
Is this, can we do sip and dance to this one?
Yes, yeah. So if you need to grab a drink, this is going to be a little bit of high energy. We're coming towards the end of the show. So it goes for 8 minutes. I don't know if I'll keep it going for 8 minutes. Sorry, Fee. But but it's a cracker. And once again, I love the graphics. I really do. It's
8 minutes is not really long for Fee. She bloody does
mate,
disco for 3 days.
I had to negotiate pretty hard with her.
But she was awesome though, wasn't she?
Oh, she was. And it's such a great show for us because we learned so much about the scene and the community. And there we are. You can see it.
Funny.
So we've got at least 5 minutes of some high energy dance music. So
All right. Well,
everyone get on your
I
feet.
want to see Carol and everybody dancing in the background there.
How was that?
Mate, I am knackered.
You can't stop moving.
But I just love the way she just subtly changes.
Yeah.
Like that's the mixer with her, and she just changes from one to another.
So what songs did you hear? What loops did you hear?
I don't know.
Like Cindy Lauper was in there.
Oh yeah, Cindy Lauper. Time after time, yeah.
It's a Nightmare or a Beautiful Nightmare was in there. Was that Beyonce? Sweet Dreams? Yeah. That was in the beginning.
That's nice.
Yeah, so mate, you can understand why they go for 96 hours.
No need to do yoga if you're dancing for 96 hours.
Oh, mate, you would be. What? Yeah. Carol was a bit. Carol's just joined us here on the back landing at the Unfiltered headquarters, and she was a bit confused about which area she had to listen to, the top beat or the end behind, or mate. Just Stewie loved the doof. We know Stewie loves the doof doof, so he was right in his element. So
Stewie would have the double kick going there. Playing the drums to that.
All right, let's talk about our next band. Our next band is one of your favourites.
Oh, I love this album.
Yeah, I knew you'd love.
I love it.
I knew.
And you sent me a text earlier, Curly, about what's the best lyrics.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember what the lyrics were, but
it's
I love the lyrics.
And it's Lonely Boy, and it's I miss your butt in my ashtray.
I miss your butt in my ashtray.
That's it. You cannot
genius.
beat that for a lyric. So
That's my best lyric.
But once again, these boys, Spillage, are such a brilliant band. They're going to get a bit of a double play here because we've got a bit of a mashup coming. So just so everyone knows, we got Spillage, we're going to mash up, and then we're going to hear from Braggy. Braggy's
no pressure.
No pressure.
Hi everyone, we're Spillage. Wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crazy thoughts washing over me. Tell me I should move on. Tell me I should let it go. So I gotta get over it now. I need a little help today. See, I put all my worries in the hold of a ship. Let it sail away. I'm feeling lighter now. Ready to move on, getting over now. thank you for being here. I'm moving through the clouds, and the sky's looking blue and clear. Feel like I moved on. Think I'll let it go, so I think I'm over it now. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a safe season.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
From Spillage.
Bye bye.
Mash.
Mate, how sweet was those guys?
Yeah, I
And
agree.
Good
And,
song. Doesn't matter you play it with the electrics or the acoustics. That's like Spillage Unplugged. How good is that?
Yeah, and we got it here exclusively on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. And how many Brisbane signs did you see? Was it the bare feet? Was it the shorts? The Sunny Boys t-shirt?
No. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Shorts. Yeah.
Hey, tell me about that bass guitar that Tony was playing.
That's acoustic bass guitar. I'm not sure what brand that was. I couldn't quite see what brand it was, but yeah, it's an acoustic bass. So
looked pretty impressive.
Nice, hey?
Yeah.
He was good. He's progressed from the piano accordion curl.
Yeah, the very first band we've spoken to who started their musical journey with the piano accordion. So
that's a hell of a hard instrument to play, I can tell you.
I can only imagine. Now, today I got a special gift, and as from a good friend of the podcast, Rob Stanier. During the Spillage show, I made a comment that Rob Stanier's song "Mad Dog Blues" would have fitted in with the song that the Spillage Boys had done with "You Said No," and
you were off on your mashup thing.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
So I hope the Spillage Boys don't mind, but Rob Stanier has actually put those two songs together.
How cool is this, eh?
And
I haven't heard this yet, so I can't wait to hear this.
And it's just...
Can I say, by the way, that Robbie, and now Rob's the guy that, produces
you.
record stuff, yeah. He was really impressed with the sound of Spillage's album as well, the whole sound of the thing. So that's coming from another guy who's, who knows his shit.
Absolutely. But I was blown away by this. So Rob sent us through the audio today and blown away. Thank you so much, Rob Stanier. The mashup works, and I am just so stoked with this. So I put I've put some generic royalty-free video to it.
Okay.
So let's listen to this mashup of "You Said No" and "Mad Dog Blues." I think you're all going to love this.
I said I'm leaving, but you said no. So I've been staying. Now you tell me to go.
She said, I really think you infused me. I said, I really think you confused me. So I went to the kitchen. I made up a brew. got the mad dog blues. They say if you love someone, then you should set them free. That's what that good book says, according to me. Oh, I don't know why you treat me like you do. I don't know why I keep coming back to you. She said I'll take you far away from here. I said I'd love to go if you're not near. So I got out my jacket, put on my walking shoes. I've got the mad dog blues. I've got the mad dog blues. Then in time, cracks start to appear. Then there's that little voice saying, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. So if you love me, please set me free.
How good was that?
Mate, I want to see a Rob Stanier Spillage collab in 2022. I'm just putting it out there, boys, if you're listening.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just they just mix those songs so well.
Now, Curly, but you picked it. So you always run yourself down, but you heard that and you went, hang on, that sounds like that and that sounds like that. So, you know.
Yeah, I've got some talent somewhere. I just
you're Curly, you're on the spectrum somewhere.
Well, I hope everyone's enjoyed what we put together. The last little bit now is to hear from the man with the musical nous. So do you need to set up?
I won't take too long. Hopefully Sam is watching outside and he will come in a minute. But I'll just start getting set up,
Marshall,
okay?
He was also an interviewee after. What was your episode again, Stewie? 36. So Sam was on 37. So Sam's joining Braggy tonight.
This is Sam.
Hi. Awesome. All right.
Sam's been out drinking with my wife.
All right. So I am now going to remove myself, Braggy, and it's all yours.
Okay. I'm going to take these off.
Closing the show.
What do I have to do? I have to put reverb on my voice and turn the guitar up. Can you hear that? Let's just hope they can.
Can.
All right.
Yes, we can hear.
We're on our own. The first song. Oh, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Oh no, there we are. I'm going to do a song, original song. This first song is for the president of the Blow Up Sweethearts Tave Bragg fan club. That's Sharon Curl. Shaz. And this is a song called Jeff, George and Grace. And it's a song about my wife and I. We've been married for 31 years the other day. It's just some memories of that wonderful time. So let's go, Sammy boy.
Goes a little something like this.
Goes a little something like this. It's late at night, the lights are low. Jeff Buckley's on the stereo. I can smell the rain in your perfume. Lightning sprawls across the sky. Jeff says it's a last goodbye, but we just keep dancing around the room. And I get the feeling that everything's falling into place. 'Cause now I know the meaning of eminence, elegance, dignity, and grace. Look back at the time we spent, place to place and rent to rent. All that movement makes a life I get. There's you and me, and one makes three, and that only rhymes with family. How could one man be so blessed? So I want to thank you for painting all the smiles on our face. Yeah, I want to thank you for tolerance, sufferance, selflessness, and grace. Saturday, we're on the move. George Michael's got us in the groove as a valley full of vines goes rushing by. And the sun smiles down from above. George says he wants a fast love, but I could live this day for all my life. Oh, when I get to dreaming, I could be in another time or space. It's when I start believing in tolerance, eminence, fidelity, and grace.
Thank you, Mr. Bragg.
How good was that?
Is that coming out all right?
No.
yeah.
Okay.
You heard the big fella in the background saying, hell yeah. So,
Okay, that's good.
all right, I'll remove myself again. Well done.
Hang on. Hang on. What am I going to do next? Okay, we've done one for Sharon. Should we do one for Stewie?
What?
Yeah.
What? You're doing one for
Hell
Stewie?
yeah.
Big
'Cause
Stewie?
I heard Stewie's a fan of reggae.
Okay.
Okay. You'll get it in a minute.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do a reggae one for Stewie. I changed my mind on this one. You'll pick it up.
smell of Calito rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, saw a shimmering light. Head grew heavy and sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. Oh, I was thinking to myself, it could be heaven, this could be hell. And she lit up a candle. She showed me the way. There were voices in the corridor. Thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely face. Such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Anytime of year, you can find us here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got a Mercedes Benz. Got a lot of pretty, pretty boys she calls friends. How they danced in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, I said, please bring me my wine. He said, haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices that call from far away. Call you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Renting a room at the Hotel California. Anytime you can find us here. Mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on ice. She said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chamber, gathered for the feast. Stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Oh, last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find a passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, we are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California. Anytime
Mate, that was pretty good.
I want to put that on my
Thank you. So I suppose we better do one for Curly now.
Browsy was in tears then, mate, and he sang the whole. So he was obviously in pain, but because he was crying and singing at the same time.
It was good.
Thank you.
Put it on my Spotify.
All right.
I want that one.
All right, I'm going to do one more.
One more.
Is that all right?
Oh, Sharon's saying two more.
Oh, jeez. Which one?
What are the other two are?
I'm going to do one for Curly.
Yeah, then
There was one I was going to do, but Matt's not here to do the harmonies with me.
Oh, but you can do it anyway.
No, I can't because I've got no harmonies. So
Yeah. If he needs the harmonies,
We can harmonise.
Matt. I hope Matt's feeling well, better.
Yeah, Matt's a bit crook in the guts.
Too many pies.
I think it was the third. It was the 4 dozen.
3 days of cricket.
No, yes, but it was also the 4 dozen chicken nuggets and the 7 pies per day at the cricket that did it.
All right, I'm going to remove myself. Enjoy.
All right, this is a Christmas song, and hopefully some of the people overseas listen to this because they would never have heard it. It's one of my favourite Christmas songs, maybe. Probably my favourite. I do like White Wine in the Sun by Tim Mitchell. That's a fucking good song. But we're going to do this one anyway. You can't get any more Australia. I love Last Christmas by George Michael. It's the best. Last Christmas. But we're going to do this one instead. I might get some of the words wrong. But it's going to be okay. Hello, Jan. Joe here. Hope you're keeping well. It's the 21st of December. They're ringing the last bell. If I get good behavior, I'll be out of here by July. Won't you kiss my kids on Christmas? Please, don't let them cry for me. Heard the brothers are driving down from Queensland. Stella's flying in from the coast. They say it's going to be 100 degrees, even more maybe. But that won't stop the roast. So who's going to make the gravy? I bet it won't taste the same. Just add flour, salt, red wine. Don't forget that dollop of tomato sauce. Hanging that it keeps sweet. I give my love to Angus and to Frank and Dolly. Tell them all I'm sorry I fucked up this time. That's real. You know I really miss it. Early Christmas morning when I'm standing in line.
my mind plays up, multiplies each matter, turning fiction into fact. Oh, I've been thinking over it. I'm gonna make some gravy. I'm gonna taste the fact. I'm a Merry Christmas. I'm gonna miss it. These kids are sleeping children for me. Oh, you know I love a bandit. I'm really gonna miss her. Tell her I'm sorry. I fucked up this time. I'll pay them all back. I'll pay them all back. I'll pay them all back. Oh,
Darren, guys.
oh, bless.
So I think we just got Christmas presents early. Thanks, Braggy.
No worries. That makes me cry, that song, every time, even when I play
It makes me cry every time. It's my favorite Christmas song.
No.
There is no better way to sign off the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast Christmas show than that song, my friend. So thank you so
No
much.
worries. Thank you. Thanks
Darren
for-
had some tears.
Yeah. Are you right, Bubba?
Thank you.
That's all right. No worries. Thanks, Curly.
I kept hearing from Sharon saying he just doesn't. He's just so talented. So
I don't
so-
think you realise.
It's all mirror. It's all smoke and mirrors.
yeah, and thanks, Sam. That was yeah. It's all you. Okay.
I couldn't do without him.
All righty. Well,
All right.
we're gonna. Are you playing again? And got another.
No, you're
song?
going to sign off, are we? We're going to sign off.
Going to sign off.
I'm missing the cricket, Curly.
Yeah, I know. So,
Better.
so thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing, listening, and following the podcast. We've got a great little thing here. We're building a really great community. You've evidenced that today. We love it. It's one of the highlights of the week for Braggy and I to sit there and talk music and talk shit and have actually people listen to us. So I think the two dickheads holding things together somehow seems to work. So
And I have a good idea, Curly, from today, is that we should do an episode about we should do a unplugged episode, the best unplugged songs.
oh, absolutely, that would work. That would work. So 2022, our first show, we're going to be back on Thursday, the 13th of January. We've got the doyen of Queensland music, Mick Madu, Screaming Tribesman, Mick Madu and the Rumours, Mick Madu and the Mesmerizers. Mick has probably influenced more artists coming out of Brisbane than anyone else we know of. So I'm really excited about that. Have a great Christmas or a cricket season or a holiday season, whatever it is that you call it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. And we will see you. A big thank to my co-host, Braggy. What a great way to finish the year. Thanks to Sam for joining him. Drummers are pretty special. They've got superpowers in my mind. So have yourselves a great Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas, everybody there. Brisbane, Taylor. See everybody there.